Then we start to release the printer. First, we must put the printer on the stand. This is the stand from Focus team, from Focus company. And if you're not bought the paper sander, we are not have this stand. This is the optional using, optional purchase. If you want this stand from Focus, you need to buy from Focus team, or you can put the printer on the desk, a strong desk. Any desk or stand that you already released, then you put the printer on the top of the stand like this. After that, we need to lock. We lock the. This is for release, and for this position, anti-clockwise position is for tighten. We tighten the lagger, the wheel, without shaking. Then the leg is fixed. The printer will not shaking. And also we must be sure the four wheels of the printer must be installed wheel, water lever, and without shaking, fasten wheel and water lever. So the first step, we need to release the printer and lock the wheels for each position. We totally have 4 pieces of the lock, 2 at the front and 2 at back side. Okay, now we start to install the printer. Before we power on the machine printer, we must remove the foam here, because we must put the foam here to protect the carriage before we deliver the machine. So once you get the machine, you need to take out the foam here. So the first step, remove here. And then we need to open the cover, the top carriage cover. We find out the screw here. And also top screw. And front screw here. Okay. And if your machine configured with 2 print head, you will have this part and this part together. But if your printer only have 1 print head configuration, then you only have this part and this part we don't have. Then we can open the top cover. We can see this the second print head here. And then we open the second part. We must open the screw at top. Remove all the screw. Also 2 screws at front. After we remove all the screw, then we can take out the cover. Then from here we can see we have some spare parts here. Okay, when we open the package, open the cover of the print head, then we can see they have 2 print head. This is the whole electronic system for the printer. So first we can see 2 print head, the first print head, the right print head, and the left print head. And this is the print board for the first print head, and print board for the second print head. And this is the power supply stable device for the printer. And also we can see the tuber, and also each tuber we have the switch here, and each tuber we have the label mark, the label, the color label. Y means yellow, KCMY for each. And once we got machine, we must open it. Before delivery is closed like this. So once we got machine, we must open it. We open the switch. Open the switch for each. We must double check all the tuber is open. The cable is open. The tuber is open. The first printhead and the second printhead. The two printhead we must be sure is open the switch for each. And also the color label magenta, yellow, and cyan black. KCMY. This is the 4 ink tuber for the printhead. And also the top here is the switch here. And this we must close. Be sure it's without leaking air. We must close it. It have 4 switch, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 switch for each channel. We must close it. Also for the first printer the same. The switch here we must close. Be sure it's without leaking air. All must be closed. So close the air and open the tuber. And also this is the air tuber, the air cleaning tube for the printhead. The first printhead and second printhead. And be sure all the air tuber without bending. If it is bending like this, it's wrong. We must be sure all the tuber without bending. This air tuber. It have 2 tuber connected with 1 printhead. The first air tuber, the second air tuber here. So 2 tubers connect with 1 printhead. Also the first printhead same. The first air tuber, the second air tuber to connect with the first printhead, and then connect to the pump, and the pump connect to head. And these ones we keep empty without connection. And here is the instant cable. Instant cable connect to the computer. Okay, so this is the explanation for the printhead. Power on the printer. Now we move up the gap. Now we move up to make the printhead. Moving up, we must have enough gap to install the caps. We just keep press. Okay, when we move up the printhead, then we can see they have the metal cover go with the caps inside to installed with the printhead to protect the printhead during delivery. So before we use the printer, we need to remove the caps installed on the bottom of the printhead. They have 2 screws locked at the left and the right side of the caps, one for left and one for right. So we just use screwdriver to loosen the screw. And when we release the caps, we must be careful. Be sure the metal and the caps will not scratch the printhead surface. After we release the caps, then we can see the printhead. If you have 2 printhead, you need to remove 2 caps. Okay, after we fill the ink to the ink tank, then we need to open the switch for each tuber. We push down and we pull out to open the switch for each ink tuber. Because before delivery, the switch is closed for protect the ink without leaking. So once you got the machine, you need to open it. Open all the switch for each tuber. Keep the switch open. For KCMY, for each printhead, we have for this machine we have 2 printhead. Then we have 8 switch for each. 4 switch for each printhead. 1 KCMY for the first printhead, and here also KCMY for another printhead. We must open it. So the 8 ink tuber, we must open it to be sure it is not closed. So all the switch we must open. All the switch we must open. So 1, 2, 3, 4 for the second printhead, open it. 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4th switch for the first printhead, must keep open like this. So this is the procedure after we fill the ink and before print. Okay, after we release the machine and also already fill the ink to the printer, then we can start to power on the machine. So one more thing before we power on the machine, first we must be sure the ink tuber switch is open and we already fill enough ink to the ink tank. And also remove the foam here. And also we remove everything from the table, from the conveyor. Then we start to power on the machine. Also we connect the power cable to the printer. Before we connect the power cable to the printer, you must be sure your printer is 220 voltage or 110 voltage. So please connect with the correct voltage, otherwise it will short your printer. We will make the printer not working. So once we connect the right power to the printer, then we can start to power on the machine. First, we push down the boot button here. And also before we power on, we must power on the general power at the back side. Here is the general power switch. We need to open it. This is the 1Q connection. We connect the 1Q connection, and we connect the power cable, and we open the general power switch here. Then we go back to the control panel. Then we start to power on the machine. Then waiting for several seconds. The screen is powered on and show FocusInc Cobra-69S back to package printer. Then we click language by English. Then we press enter. So here we can see the interface. They have some function here. First, this is the start. When we click start, then all the functions open. This is for stop, and this is for pause. And this is for Y conveyor control, to control the Y conveyor speed. This is the Y conveyor. The Y conveyor speed for this. And also we can click start, the Y conveyor, or stop. Let me show you one by one. First, we choose the speed by, for example, 80%, and we click start. So this is the control panel for the printer. So first, this is the start button. When we click start, then all the functions open. And when we stop, then all the functions close. And here is for Y conveyor control. This is for control the speed of the Y conveyor. For this is the Y conveyor, the belt. For example, right now we put the speed. We set the speed by 8%. We can click here. We set the speed, for example, by 80%, and then we click start. But now I see it's not working. It's not move. So this we need to open it. The general power switch, the emergency button switch, we need to open it. And then the conveyor is working. It's moving to front. So this, when we click stop, then the conveyor stop motion. And click start, it's working. So start and stop. So this is for Y conveyor control. And here is for Z gap control. The Z gap control is for control the thickness, the up-down thickness between the print head and the material. So, for example, right now we move up. We can see the print carriage moving up. and we click move down. We can see here the carriage moving down. And here's the vacuum control, and we can click start. The volume is cannot be changed. Keep 100% as default, and we click start. And before we control the vacuum, we need to connect the vacuum. Here we must connect wire, and we adjust the speed of the vacuum. And we keep all the tube is open. Like this ball open. Over the tube here. And then we go back to this touch screen. Then we can click stop. This is for stop. We click start. The vacuum is working. And I click stop to power off the vacuum. So this is the vacuum control.